Rupert Murdoch newspapers The Times and the Saturday Times are requested by the government for permit to stake asset, consisting journalists, among the two titles. The annex to the Division for Digital, Civilization, Print and Kind of Sports, DCMS, is required as legislative undertakings were done to hold them individual while he purchased them in 1981. The papers use 505 among them. The DCMS is searching social view on if the changes are guaranteed. John Withrow, text editor of The Times, told, "This insistent price pressures cladding our production indicate how we requirement to supervise our newsrooms as thoroughly as probable. We requirement to remain competition in a more hard marketplace so how we can go on to construct a stable next for Times journalistic." News Story UK, the portion of Murdoch's News Story Corporation how owns the two papers, told the changing would enable more than versatility to stake asset through the titles, time ongoing to perpetrate to them left as individual newspapers in individual editorial. The would allow the papers to argue in the continuous destruction how has floored the print production in the digital year, News Story UK told. It says the largest evident way to reach future price saving out of touching the quality assurance of journalistic is to shoot superfluous duplicate in expenses intrinsic in fleeing completely individual Monday to Saturday and Saturday newspapers. It says how practically all some main UK domestic appears include integration their editions. Martin Ivans, text editor of the Saturday Times, told, "The Saturday Times remnant the largest marketing poster in Britain and to defend our distinguishing vote we requirement the liberty to job more than close to escape duplicate and put more than in the order of business setting journalistic we are renowned to." News Story UK, that as well publishes The Sunshine, told how it amounted to a little changing to the legislative undertakings. A representative for the Domestic Association of Journalists told, "We are worried on the News Story UK query to changing the current legislative undertakings and the capacity effect share substance will include on journalists and journalistic intermittent our potential to pursue if the business are permitted to begin. We will be searching future clearness on the detailed information of the proposals announced present. The judgment to accept to any changes to the legislative undertakings, otherwise in the Civilization Secretariat, Jeremy Wizard." The division as well published an email of the 6 freelance domestic directors who watch the drafting autonomy of the two papers. In it, the directors say they behind the annex in lighting of the strong forces how struck the print production with the occurrence of digital technique. The papers put up a paid access for their websites in 2010 and as of October the Times had an ordinary everyday pay printing circulating of on 421,000, and pay digital subscriber of about 231,000. The Saturday Times had an ordinary pay printing circulating of on 723,000 and pay digital subscriber of about 254,000. Their capacity reorganization is the newest growth in Mr. Murdoch's imperial power. He held Fox News Story, Time News Story Corporation dominates newspapers in Australia, Possession the largest selling dailies in Sydney and Melbourne and the domestic name, The Australia. The Side Road magazine and the New York Position are as well portion of his steady.